Let's go to the phones to Andrew, who's calling from his car in New Jersey.
Did you guys know that they were dancing in the streets of Paterson? They were all dancing in the streets. My brother worked there. He was driving home and he saw people dancing in the streets.
Calls started coming in from people troubled in the fact that they had just ridden down Main Street in South Paterson and hours before had seen what appeared to be a large group of people celebrating, cheering, when they had actually heard that the World Trade Center had struck, and more importantly, continuing to cheer when they heard that the World Trade Center, both towers, had imploded.
I look out here and I see a lot of people. And they were just chanting and raving, and I noticed that they were holding things. They were holding like rocks and sticks, and they were saying "Burn America" and you know, all these things about America.
Were there really celebrations going on in the streets of Paterson after the attacks in New York City and Washington, D.C.? Sherry, true or false?
Well, Della, we asked many people on the street today if they had seen any acts of celebration, and we couldn't find one person that had.
This is Main Street. A lot of them were around here, and they were taking sticks and stones and they were banging it here. As you can see, there's a lot of chips and stuff here. That wasn't there before. If you look at that trash can there, you see how it's chipped. They were taking sticks and stones and trying to break that.
There has been no jubilee in the streets. There hasn't been, anybody out in the neighborhoods having fun or thinking this was a great or glorious idea.
Everyone that was out there, they were only 13, maybe 14 at most. They were kids. They didn't know what they were doing, but they had so much hate and they were doing that. It was just so sad. It was so sad.
So on the night of September 11th, I peeked my head out this door, which is where I used to live. I looked down this street in front of the South Paterson Library. I saw probably about a dozen or so kids. We're talking probably anywhere between the ages of 12, 13, hanging out, being very loud, being very rambunctious. A couple of them had sticks and maybe a bat. They were breaking a little bit of public property. That is not entirely uncommon for this part of Paterson. What I saw that night is not anything any different than would have happened on any other summer night, on any other day where school was let out early. These were kids acting out because they had the time to, because they could.
Burn America was one of the quotes. You had heard young people saying that. Do you remember, can you recall saying that now?
I remember the news outlets saying something about America is burning right now as part of maybe, their claim to 9/11. There was a lot of burning going on, yes, during that time. But I don't recall them or hearing the kids say burn America. If anything, they were probably saying burn something, but not burn America.
I watched when the World Trade Center came tumbling down. And I watched in Jersey City, New Jersey, where thousands and thousands of people were cheering as that building was coming down. Thousands of people were cheering.
There's someone currently running for president who swore up and down that he saw everything. For me, it was just, here's a bunch of kids acting out. They don't know any better. It's nothing more than another privileged white male who has never lived a day or a night on minimum wage past the age of 30 or 40, who never lived a day or a night in a city like Paterson or Jersey City, trying to speak for the masses and not really understanding what they're saying.